Kind of give you guys a little idea of the games that we've been playing and whatnot as far as like on our PS5, because this is all we really got. But we kind of wanted to pull up a list. We had a list of like 4 games, like our top 4 games that we spent the most time in on the
let's
PlayStation.
say this. With the new PS5, we now have the option to see not only our games library, but the time played on each game. Yeah. And what's dope is it goes back your entire PlayStation history.
Yeah,
all the way
as long
back
as you've been signing in, that shit is logged.
As long as you've been signing in.
As long as the
logged.
cloud's been alive,
yes,
right?
Which is, I think,
from
PS3, right?
Yeah.
So it goes back pretty darn far.
You're right.
And so
it does. I saw DC Universe.
That we DC Universe. Now that we all have PS5s, we can finally now visually see, which none of us have ever known.
Yeah,
right.
I didn't know,
or even really paid attention to
like what games we played the most of.
Right.
And then I'll just say this: as we were going through this list, Golly and I, we did not include Destiny because Destiny would just trounce all of our scores.
I didn't include mine either.
But
Mark
he didn't include us either.
Because it was my number 1.
Yeah, because
they played it for 1,000 plus. I played it for like around 300 to 400. Not quite as much, but it was the reason why I bought a PS4 originally.
Exactly.
But we're gonna exclude that one.
Yeah, because we know that would win. That would win no matter what.
Probably everybody's.
Yeah, it would be almost everybody's. Probably almost everyone watching, right? Because it's like the best MMO.
The best first-person
pseudo
shooter
MMO game that was on the consoles.
That was
right?
a really good one.
And we're not really like the super competitive players, so like logging in mad hours on Call of Duty isn't us.
Exactly.
We're just talking about like PvE, having fun, enjoying the game.
Then you're gonna get a kick, like right? So we're gonna do the 4 most played.
Yep, and we'll just start from number 1 and go down,
or 4 and go up.
Oh, let's go 4
and go up.
All right.
You want to go first, Mark? What's your 4, man?
Sure. So my number 4. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so my number 4 is Call of Duty Black Ops 3.
Okay.
All 3?
No, Call of Duty Black Ops 3.
Black Ops 3,
Black
yeah.
Ops 3.
Okay,
yeah.
Wow. So not Black Ops 2?
No, not Black Ops 2.
So how many hours did you do?
So that one wasn't that much. It was only 66 hours.
66. Okay.
Yeah,
that's good.
So that
sounds like about a normal time.
Yeah, that's a good. That's above a normal like long game.
Yeah,
66. You put more time than was necessary.
Yeah, you was playing some online. Yeah, you were playing some online. That damn sure was not the campaign.
Yeah, that was not the campaign.
And it's funny because I played that one 66, but I'll say one more. Neverwinter was also I played it for 66 hours, so that one was tied for my number 4. So that was
I like Neverwinter.
It was cool. We actually played it together.
Yeah, it was a fun free game.
We did play it for a little while
on the PC. We played it.
Yeah, it was free. Is why we tried it.
And then on the PS4, for some reason I downloaded it and I put 66 hours into it. It was pretty cool, fun little game.
It was worth it. Like 60, that's a good amount of fun, dude, for free.
And I didn't spend $1.
You probably didn't spend a dime on that,
Never.
Right? Yeah. No. It was section packed. It was enjoyable, right? Yeah.
The only reason why I quit at the end was because like the dungeons and everything was so laggy and it took too long to join a group, and then it was just.
I remember that too.
I just stopped playing it.
It was hard to play with people. Yeah.
But solo, it was amazing. Yeah, that was my number 4. What about you, Golly?
For my number 4, it was actually Persona 5.
Whoa.
Yeah, I enjoyed that game a lot. I had a lot of time on that one. I was playing it, trying to get some of the certain guys and stuff like that, the personas and things like that, trying to catch the cool ones.
What was your hour count on that?
My hour count on that one was 116 hours on Persona 5.
Dude.
So,
dude, I had 90 something hours on mine too, but it just fell short of
just
top 4.
A little short, yeah.
Because Persona 5 was high on mine too, man.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because my top 2 are way more than all of these other ones and stuff like that. But yeah, Persona 5, I was looking, I was like, oh damn, I spent 116 hours in that. And I mean, granted, it could be a little shaving that I have to do off of that because y'all are gamers. Sometimes you play a slow game or whatever. Sometimes you might walk away and do something. Sometimes you might fall asleep depending on how late you're playing it. If you're sitting in a chair, you might fall asleep and the shit is just going on your turn, waiting for you to click your ability or whatever.
But the truth is, man, Persona 5 is a 100-hour game.
But that
is a 100-hour game. Yeah,
it's definitely.
It's not like he was crazy. No, that's really what Persona 5 takes. 100 hours. Yeah.
So what was your 4?
Okay, my fourth most played game. I actually think it's the same exact amount of time as you.
Okay.
But my 4th most played game was Sekiro.
Oh, okay. All right.
So remember, I platinumed Sekiro.
Yeah. You did, and that takes a lot of time, dude.
How many hours did it take to get the plat?
The amount of hours it took me to platinum that game, 116 hours.
116.
Like
okay.
Yeah.
That was a long time.
But that was like I think a New Game Plus too.
Right.
You had to beat it 3 times.
Yeah.
You had to beat the game 3 times in order to platinum it, because you had like the different endings and stuff.
So it was that good that you enjoyed?
Dude, I liked it a lot. Nice. I just once the flow got down, man, it was just so much fun.
It was fun, but it was brutal for me, man. I definitely didn't put as much time
and
as that.
And you can't multiplayer it. You cannot multiplayer it. Sekiro was we weren't allowed to multiplayer.
I never played any of this like Souls-like games multiplayer, so that wouldn't be a problem for me.
You should get that game, man.
I need to try that.
I rave about it.
That was an exclusive, right?
Yeah, it was a PS4 exclusive.
I got a physical copy if you want to buy it.
How have you not played that yet, man? You will love it. I get like chills right now thinking about that game. That's how good it was, man. Yes.
Oh, okay.
I think it's much better than Neo. Neo's very good though. Come on, it's like you got to say like those are good games, but Sekiro is a little better I think than Neo.
Nice.
So since you won it, why don't you go give us your third?
Okay, so we'll do a little wrap.
Yeah.
My third most, you're gonna be shocked when you see this. My third most played, I guess. This is like back on my PS3. Okay, my third most played game was Dragon Age Inquisition.
Really?
Oh, wow. Yes.
Dragon Age Inquisition is a long ass game, man.
I put 120 hours into that game.
Dragon Age is just a long game in general. You know what I mean? It's like one of those. It's like Mass Effect.
Yes,
you know what I mean? So
exactly.
They're big, and the fact that you spent that much time, like, I understand why.
Yeah.
I didn't enjoy Inquisition, so I didn't put that much time into it. But I do remember putting a lot of time in Dragon Age.
Right.
And I've put a lot of hours in Mass Effect also. So. That seems totally like around.
I was like surprised to see though. That I was like, wow, that's one of my top played games ever.
And how many hours did you say you did on that?
120.
120. Yeah. So that was
it's
just a little bit
it's
more.
It's a 100-hour game too. Like Dragon Age games are 100-hour games, right? But just a little bit
more
than Sekiro.
Just a little bit more than Sekiro. That's pretty cool.
That's crazy, right?
So for my third, it was actually Red Dead 2, Red Dead Redemption 2.
Whoa.
Yeah, and I got that at 129 hours.
Wow.
So that was just, a little bit more than 116. Not as close as yours, but
that's a commendable amount of time. You gave Red Dead 2 a lot of your life.
Red Dead Redemption 2 was an awesome game. Even though it took like a lot of time traversing the land and stuff like that, the shit that would come up while you were running around at night or whatever, just that stuff was like awesome. So I loved all of the different like Easter eggs and different like random stuff that would come up. I love those worlds like that. So
mine was around 60.
I enjoyed that.
Really. I liked it a lot too.
And I played a lot of the I played the multiplayer quite a bit.
Too.
But it was more so like the main story, just like running around and just trying to find the different stuff that was out there, talking to somebody, getting that something is out there, you know what I mean? Going out there, like, I followed like a lot of people, or I subscribed to a lot of people on YouTube that were playing the game, and they would like come across stuff, and it's like, oh dude, I gotta come across that, like I gotta see that,
cool.
Yeah,
some of that stuff
and
stuff.
Yeah, some of that stuff was awesome. But
nice.
What was your third?
So my third is a recent game I just started playing, Fallout 76. So I got I got 71 hours on that one. I just started playing that like a month or two ago.
Yeah. It's a great game.
And I still want to keep playing it. It's an awesome game. I really like the Fallout games. I checked Fallout 4. I only played that one for like 12 hours because I was like, I don't remember how long I played that one because I just got it for free last year.
Right.
But I only played that one 12 hours. I was like, dang, I barely even touched that darn thing.
Yeah, you might have hopped into 76 since
it
was newer or something like that, and that's how it went.
Yeah, so that's my number 3.
How crazy would it have been if it was Fallout 76? I played for 76 hours. I'm just
that would be pretty
You were
cool.
close to 76 hours on that.
And so I'll go next for my number 2. It's funny. This is another Bethesda game, Elder Scrolls Online.
So, Elder Scrolls?
I didn't even know I played
the online.
Yeah. So I played this one for 79 hours.
Really?
So I know you said I quit that one, but I mean,
you did quit that one.
I played it for at least 79 hours.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back and see how long that I play Elder Scrolls Online for, and see if I beat you 79 hours.
Because I played it for 79 hours. Here's the crazy thing that I was thinking about when I made this list. I actually want to go back and play Elder Scrolls Online again because now that I appreciate Bethesda's style of all these side quests, the NPCs are awesome, all these cool interactions with the world. When I played Elder Scrolls Online, I smashed through all the quests. I didn't read one log. Right. I can't tell you thing that happened in the world.
Yeah, you just smashed through the journals. And
because you're just trying to level up. That was your whole thing.
But I want to go back and do some of these side quests and see if it has that quality.
I know I spent a lot of time in Elder Scrolls Online because I was trying to get like the vampire or the werewolf ability or whatever. And I remember you had to go out there and hang around the little site area, and there would be like a whole bunch of people like werewolves and stuff like that, and you would have to wait until like somebody was willing to bite you and give you the Lycan bug and all that stuff. But people was like charging, like you had to pay for it sometimes to get it and everything. But
because they could only bite you once a week.
Yeah,
so they would charge you.
So they was charging and taxing for that. And
like,
stuff.
You want my bite? All right. Crazy. So that was my number 2. Elder Scrolls Online.
All right. Yeah, Lee, what's your number 2, man?
So my number 2 was actually Witcher 3.
Oh.
I put in 171 hours into that game. Yeah, and I really
171.
I really loved Witcher 3's story and the gameplay and whatnot. I had fun with that game. So and great. It was almost just like Red Dead Redemption was, in the fact that there was like a lot of random things that you would come across in the world and stuff like that. So doing the side quests and running around and completing the little quests that people had was always really cool.
Yeah.
And I was always trying to make Geralt like stronger and stuff like that. So I really did enjoy The Witcher 3 for like the longest time. That was like the only game I was playing, and I was playing that shit.
Mine was over 100 hours too, but we didn't want to have a conflict on that one. But you crushed me. Like I wasn't at 171. That's a lot, dude.
Yeah, I was trying to do everything. I think that was like damn near I was trying to attempt to platinum it or something like that.
Yeah, that's cool, man. It's a great game. There's no shame in having that being your second most played.
Yeah,
no shame in that.
So what you got for your second?
I don't even remember mine. Okay, my second most played game is Bloodborne.
Wow. Okay.
Bloodborne. I put 193 hours.
193?
193 hours into Bloodborne. Remember, Sekiro and Bloodborne I platinumed.
Right.
So always keep that in mind. Those were the 2 that I platinumed from software. I couldn't platinum Dark Souls 3, although I tried, but I didn't quite There was a couple bosses I just could not kill.
Damn, dude. That's a lot of dedicated time on one game. Almost 200 hours,
93 hours on Bloodborne.
So if you want to plat those, you got at least 150 plus.
Yes, because you had to do all the dungeons. Do you remember that game at all? Like in Bloodborne, you had these chalices or whatever. These like chalice dungeons.
Yeah.
So Dark Souls didn't have that, but Bloodborne did. And you had to go down into those dungeons, and you had to kill all the bosses down there as well to platinum the game. So it's almost like playing another game over again.
Didn't you have to kill all the NPCs down? I mean, all the enemies down there too?
You had to kill all the enemies
and the boss
and the bosses to clear.
You couldn't
the
like
zone.
just
cheese it because to unlock the door, you had to like kill the enemies.
That's right.
So it was a challenge, man. And then you had to play through the game again like a few few times because you had to get the certain endings. There was 3 endings in that. Right. So you had to do the one where you let the old guy kill you, and then you had to do the one where you killed him, and then you had to do one where like you let him go. Like you had to do all the different endings on that game. So that's why I loved the game so much though that I didn't mind it.
Yeah.
But what sucks about it is like I love Sekiro so much and I love Bloodborne so much. But because I platinumed it, like there literally is like no reason at all, like
for you
ever
to touch
go
the
back
did it all, man.
Yeah. Like I've done everything I possibly could in those games.
Yeah,
so,
that's some hardcore dedication.
But you're gonna be surprised even more so on my number 1.
Yeah. So
any guesses? Want to go number 1 here?
Yeah.
Okay, number 1.
Let's get Mark's.
What's your number 1?
Oh, my number 1.
Yeah.
All right. So my number 1, which this is just the PlayStation playtime, is my Smite is 144. So I played 144 on the PlayStation 4, but
probably far hundreds more on the PC.
On the PC, I played hundreds more, but what I also played hundreds more on was the Xbox. Because the Xbox was cool because I could hook on my mouse and keyboard and play with mouse and keyboard or controller. And I also played on the Switch quite a bit when it first came out too.
Damn.
Because on the Switch,
on every console,
the cool thing about this,
he loving Smite.
The cool thing about the Switch was that was one of the first ones that you can lock it to input. So when I would play people on the Switch, every game would be like I would have 30 kills and 0 deaths.
Oh, because everyone's
because you were playing on the Switch only.
Yeah, only Switch players, right?
I would decimate people on the Switch.
That sounds fun.
But the only problem
when you're winning,
the only problem was it ran like crap. So even on the so I'll give Smite Hi-Res Studios. I'll give you guys a shout out. Because even on the PS4, it ran at 60 FPS. They pride themselves. When the game was in beta and then when it launched, it said 60 FPS. On PS4. It was buttery smooth.
It was cool, but I suck at those games.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
On the Switch, the game ran terrible. Dude, it wasn't even 30
Sub
FPS.
30, huh?
It was probably less.
20.
The game was laggy, dude. You didn't get it in team fight. If you gank someone, it's fine. But this was when it first came out, and maybe it could be different now.
Yeah.
But it was laggy. It wasn't buttery smooth like the PC or the PlayStation.
But because you were demolishing, it was worth it.
But yeah,
you dealt with
so
it
I played.
you're having fun.
Yeah,
it's fun
so,
crushing, dude.
But the cool thing though is that it's all cross account except for the PlayStation. So it sucks because my PlayStation account has like all my guys are leveled up really high. I have so many characters. I bought the character pack, but on the other platforms I didn't. So, but the other platforms, I'm like, I still have tons of skins and I'm higher level on those. But
it's almost like every single platform was a different experience for you.
Everyone was. Yeah.
So it like.
So I like playing it on everything.
Yeah, so I like playing on everything because it was like a unique experience on all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So what was your number one? Yeah.
Okay, my number one.
I want to hear your hours, man, because if your other shit was 193, dude.
My number one game that I've played, of course, other than Destiny, was World of Tanks.
Dang. World of Tanks? You put that. How much time did you put in that, dude? 210.
429 hours.
Dude, do you have every tank in that? Did you platinum that?
No, I don't have every tank in that.
Golly.
I got almost to tier 10 though.
That's 410 hours?
429 hours.
Dude, but if you went through every nation and got to their, it would probably take.
Oh, that's not even
400
nothing,
hours
dude.
only on one nation.
Yeah,
right?
one nation.
So if you went on every nation, dude, good luck.
I did a couple nations, but I did Germany and I did Russia, and a little bit of America. And I did America too. But there's so many nations, man.
That's nuts, dude. 429 hours. It take a couple of my games to play. For you to dedicate that much time to one game, you must have really,
dude, there
really
was a
loved
couple
that shit.
years there, man, on my PS4. When we went to PSX and we played World of Tanks that there, one year and we got that T-shirt.
Right.
I went home and I liked it. Mm-hmm. I thought it was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
and I started playing it. And dude, it was probably for like a couple years where like during the summertime, I would just sit there. It was free to play. You didn't need PS Plus either to play it. And I would just sit there and play all day.
I remember that's when
for a couple summers, man.
That's when you got your PS4 Pro.
Yes.
Because I remember you told me how good it ran on it. Because I only played that game for like 40 or 50 hours on the PlayStation. I played it with Daniel quite a bit on the PC as well. But I remember you used to tell me how good it ran on the PS4 Pro.
It was just addicting, man.
Yeah,
so much
awesome.
fun,
That's
dude.
crazy. Yeah. I would have never expected you to put that much time in the
World of Tanks,
That's
man.
crazy.
It was fun, dude.
All right, well, for my number one, of course, it happened to be my number one game of the year last year. So it was Neo 2.
Wow.
I put in 178 hours. So just a little bit more than The Witcher. But I loved that game a lot.
Dang.
I loved that game a lot.
You played that game fun. A lot, bro.
Yeah.
Because you had all the DLCs and stuff, right?
I had all the DLCs, but I mean, it was just, going through, beating it a couple of times because you've got like Way of the Samurai, Way of the Demon, Way of the whatever, you know what I mean? It's like 4 different difficulties. And the higher you go in the difficulties, the more you start getting like the divine weapons and things like that. And then on top of that, you've got the divine weapon.
I heard the game doesn't really start
to,
until after you beat the game for first place.
Yeah.
That's when they say the game really begins.
Right, yeah. Because you get your first taste of the divine stuff off the very last boss. And you're like, ooh, what's this green item stuff?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, damn, it's like the regular gear, but it got an extra shit on it. And then that extra shit can get extra shit. And so you just piling, like, you got to get like 3 or 4 of the same type of weapon and find like the right kind of stat that you want. So you're constantly searching for stats. You're like leaving the world, killing something, leaving, then coming right back to do the mission again, because it's not like Demon Souls where you like kill the boss and then it's done. It's a mission, so you can restart that mission again and do that same challenge over again in hopes to get more gear or better gear or the gear that you were looking for.
It's like Diablo for a Dark Souls game. Yeah.
Right.
Because you can get sets. You can get set pieces.
Right. And
so
then
you're collecting like a set and you have affixes and stuff.
And sometimes you're trying to run like a build, so it's like, oh, let me get 3 pieces of this set and then 2 of this set and then 1 of these and stuff like that. And then there's like special items that are like really broken. Like I think the Yagamata something or whatever was like a really an item that you had to get for like everybody's build, because it literally gave it so that you needed one less set to be able to get all the benefits. So then you could have three pieces of a set and get 4 set bonus, whatever. And so that's what you use to help, make your builds and stuff.
What held that game back for me, because I like trying to do it solo. So I wasn't using the Choco Cups like you were using them, which I probably should have, but I really wasn't doing it too much.
And it was tough?
It was tough, man. Like I was trucking through it, and I was beating all the bosses by myself, which I wasn't really able to do in Neo, the original. And I was trucking through it, but it just got to the point where it's like, man, I just think I need a break, And so I kind of stopped playing it.
Yeah.
Because it's tough, bro. Like, it was hard. Like, those dark zones and, like, having mini bosses in the level, it's like, it's one thing to have, like, kind of like a tough enemy here and there, but, like, there's lots of demons, like, throughout the zone. And then you had to fight the boss as well, Where, like, Sekiro, it's like you have some tough enemies throughout the way, but really the challenge is the boss. That's really the challenge, And so it's like, it's just kind of like a little bit of a reverse on the way you play. Where like in Neo, I would kind of beat the boss sometimes my first go. Like 1 or 2 tries, I'd beat the boss.
Right.
But the way to get there was like kind of it was really a challenge, man. Exhausting.
Yeah, I think one of the games in the future that I may attempt to platinum is actually Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah.
I'm just literally just waiting on that PS5 version to drop. But I think once that comes out, I'm going to go back into it because I really loved that game too.
Yeah, if you put 170-some hours in The Witcher 3, then Cyberpunk's going to be dope too.
Yeah. So
yeah, I'm looking forward to playing that for sure.
That's definitely the next one that I'm going to put like some serious time in, because I think I'm like, like a good percentage of the story through. But there's so many different side quests that you can get on. And the side quests are like some of the best stories.
It's really cool.
Some of the best random shit that you come across. You know what I mean? So that's the stuff that I like, is that randomness and that random cool stuff that you might not find. Not everybody might not play that. You know what I mean?
That Bethesda CD Projekt Red style.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And they literally be having that same type of stuff happening. So it's just dope that way.
That was cool, man. Hearing you guys' games.
Yeah, those are some interesting lists. I would never would have expected freaking World of Tanks.
Yeah, dude. I forgot that you were so hooked on that game, because we played that game a little bit together back in the day.
And that definitely shows like how much time we sit here and we play these freaking games for like hours on end and stuff like that.
It's crazy.
Yours is a little skewed just because you played on so many different consoles.
Mine's super skewed, but I think we have this conversation at the end of this gen. Since I got the PS5 already,
for sure,
we can revisit this.
Yeah, revisit it because, like, Fallout 76. I only played the game for a month and I'm at 71.
Yeah, so
right, which is hefty,
dude. Changed
dude.
his playing styles. Yeah,
and then you're getting into freaking No Man's Sky and stuff like that. Like, there was a lot of games that were on my list that were like in the hundreds and stuff like that. But those were the ones that made the top. But just for hoo-has, do you remember what your Destiny time was on that?
It was did you write it down? I wanted to say close to 1,400 hours.
Yeah,
1,400.
You wrote yours down, right?
Mine was like in the 300s.
300s? Okay, yeah. And mine was like 1,031. So
it was high, man.
Yeah, that's
a lot of time.
A lot of time.
That was a great game, dude.
And
and on the PC, I played Destiny 2 for a couple hundred hours as well. I think on my PS4, I only clocked in like 50 hours on Destiny 2. But on the PC, I got a couple hundred on Steam.
Yeah.
Because the game came to Steam. But
that's cool. But yeah, so I mean, you guys been listening this far. If you have, thank you. And in the comments, give us like, if you have a PS5, if you were able to get one, go down in the comments and give us like your highest played game, like whatever it is. If it's Destiny or freaking Jumanji or something like that, and you want to put that down in there,
I always love
just let us know, because I'm kind of curious as to what people be dedicating their time to and stuff like that. Like what really traps you, and then we can probably, if we see some on there, we can probably look and see like what were some of the reasons that people may have played like this long, in a certain game. Like I can't even imagine why it would be so many hours in World of Tanks, because I haven't played it like that. But if you're telling me it's different different countries, and then they've got different, like a whole slew of missions. I can see that taking a long time.
Dude, like each battle takes like 20 plus minutes.
Yeah. So
if you're doing just a few battles, you're at an hour already.
Yeah.
And there's a big chase in that game, man. Like it's a big chase because you want that next big tank.
That next tank, yeah.
And like it's a mad chase because those tanks, the more higher you get, the more powerful you get, man. It's fun. So
yeah. So
just a mad chase.
yeah, dude. So, but so that's all we got for you guys this week. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you doing? Like, get with the program. We had 98 subscribers. We trying to see if we can put together maybe a giveaway once we hit 100 subscribers. So be looking out for that. And if you already are subscribed, thank you. We appreciate you. And until next week, we'll catch you guys later. Deuces.
Peace.
See ya.
I love you, me.